All right, guys, welcome to Expression with Nature Rare. So, just waiting for the team. We're just waiting for everybody to be here so we can get started. Hmm, I'm really excited to have you guys here. I'm really excited to have you join me. Um, Please do let me know that you can hear me. All right, guys, welcome to Expression with me to Rare. So, what is Expression? Expression is a platform I created for professionals to express themselves. I just thought it would be a warm thing to have a place where people could just come and express themselves. That's why I called it Expression. So it's a place, a platform where young people, or maybe not so young people, can just come and express themselves. Artists, especially, could vary with time, but that's the mainstay of expression. It is also a place where young artists, where up and coming artists can find inspiration and motivation to do better. Um, and then it's also a place where art lovers can come together to enjoy beautiful art. So that is the purpose of expression. That is why expression was created, rather. So that's it. Um, I would also like to welcome you warmly once again. Thank you so much for making our time to be here. I promise you that you're going to enjoy this. You're just going to have fun, and it's going to be a beautiful, swell experience as well. Um, as you're here, I would love for you to share the link to this. I would love for you to invite your friends. I would love for you to not be here alone. I would love for you to invite everybody that you know to be part of this so that you don't enjoy this alone. While you're also here, please do introduce yourself in the comment section. Use the comment section to introduce yourself. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us how you know need to read. Just tell us what you do. Tell us why you're here. I know you're here to probably chill, have fun, but somebody else could also be here to learn, to get to meet somebody, and all of that. So let's get to meet ourselves. I'm still waiting for our guests to join in. Okay, so while we're waiting for our guests to come in, I would love to tell you guys a bit about my story. I'd love to tell you guys a bit about my story. So my name is Rare Michael. My name is I am Anita Michael, right? But as an artist and as a brand, I go by the name Rare. So I'll tell you guys a bit about myself. Try to read my bio out briefly so you can get to meet me on a professional level. So, mm, okay, just a second. All right, guys. Yeah, we're still waiting for we're still waiting for everybody to be here. And while that is happening, I'd like to briefly introduce myself. So I am Anita Michael, and as a spoken word artist, I go by the name Nita Rare. I'm a spoken word artist, a voice actor, uh, a spoken word artist, a voice actor. Sorry, I got distracted with a performance name Nita Rare, and I have quite a number of years of experience on my hands as a voice actor, an author, public presentation trainer, and I'm also the founder of Street Mentors Network, which is a non-profit organization that takes care of homeless kids abandoned on the streets. So all of these experiences enable me to write beautiful poetry. And I have a list of words and things I have done, stuff I have done, I've been able to achieve in my short, interesting, and still unraveling journey as a spoken word artist. So, Nigeria was nominated as a finalist on the UBA Africa Poetry Day contest list in 2018 and a one-time first runner-up of the Port Harcourt Literary Society Poetry Contest. And I also won the Iron Award of Excellence on the Best Position Paper for UNICEF Conference 59.0 in 2021. I was nominated for the Illustrious African Writers Awards as the Outstanding Spoken Word Artist of the Year 2022 by Bewa Africa, and I am a semi-finalist, and a notable mention in the Spring NG Poetry um, contest. Excuse me. Um, please, okay, I think I'll just mute, uh, let me just mute one of us so that I can, sorry, I'm almost there. Almost there, just a second, guys. Okay, uh, yeah, so back to what I was saying. I apologize for the interruption. See, I was saying that I am I'm also winner of the 2022 World Bank Poetry Contest that was tagged Youth Act on Education. I'm big on education, right? And information. I'm also third winner of the African Day Poetry Competition by Afrek Zimbabwe. In 2023, I was nominated for the APVA Awards in the spoken word category, and I'm also a finalist for the Walter Chadwick 2023 Poetry Prize. So I'm a maverick artist. I like to call myself maverick because I talk about things that are unorthodox and in ways that are not orthodox at all. And I am not afraid to use my voice to talk about things that are well disputed. Intelligence is my forte, and I love storytelling. I love poetry. My EP, my first EP, Maverick, is one of my biggest projects and my biggest beautiful baby so far. And so far, I've had lots of people stream and listen to that, and I believe it's been a blessing to so many people. So I would just want to stop there, stop there for my bio. Okay, so well, I think we're almost complete. We're almost, yeah, almost all complete. And Vanik is here. So before I bring up Vanik, I'd like for you guys, anyone watching this, to introduce yourself in the comment section. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about what you do, why you're here, how you heard about this, and what you're looking forward to as well. And while you're at it, also share the link. Invite your friends to be part of this. And what else? Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're watching this, there's a competition we need to have, and we're going to write a poem, uh, 7 to 10 line poem about the subject of what now? Passion. Let's talk about passion. And then all of us will get to vote which poetry is the best, which poem is the best. So, without much ado, without further ado, I'd like to, Vanika, you said for us. Okay, I think we lost him. I think we lost him. I think we lost him. Okay. Okay, so we're waiting for Vanik to come back. And before he comes back, um, I want to share a bit of my story. I'm waiting for Vanik to be back. So, so in 2016, I think 2016, a friend comes up to me and then she shares a video with me. She shows me a video, and it's a spoken word video by Genetics from P4CM, Passion for Christ Movement. It's a spoken word and arts group. And I listened and I watched that young lady perform. And I knew in that moment that I wanted to do spoken word poetry and that I was going to be doing these for a very long time, as long as I breathe, by God's grace. So from then on, I went to write my first poem, and it was it was a stinker, but it was my first, and I still think it was beautiful. And I began to do poetry competitions. I began to participate in poetry contests, and um, well, you can tell that the journey has been amazing so far. I've had lots of disappointments. I've also had lots of lessons, and I've also had lots of joys on this journey as well. And here I am. I have awards. I have things I have accomplished. I have won prizes. I never thought I would get to that point when I began to do spoken word poetry. I just loved it. I just wanted to express myself because I'm big on expression. And here I am today. So I don't want to talk any further. I would like for us to have the first person here. I would love to have bless us with some beautiful poetry. Fanika, you said first. If you are, the
Yes,
floor is
yes,
yours.
yo, I am. Okay. Yeah, okay. Hold on, let me put on my headset or my phone. Yeah, I'm set.
All
It's good
right.
to have each and every one of us on board again. Um, okay. Piece is weaker vessels. Um, and here it goes. The butterflies are products of the cocoons. The smiles on her face, grace, with tears in cheeks, and brought to this amazing place. A treasure untreasured in a treasure, not lost though found. Eternally free of desires. Charged with the credit of making you what you desire. With patiently for you to be in tune, observing her frequency like a signal fire, plugging your earphones in her plugins, never plugging your ear into her film to listen to reason that plays inside some section, donor of attention, inventor of solutions, maker of champions, yet no appreciation, battered on her brain drops. Other women, other women make their faces up with a beauty kit, but my sister's makeup kit was a contrasting tendons and a which have fire signals of fears. Though we don't know what our tomorrow might be, but she does know. Her tomorrow is filled with contempt of abuse, reject, quit ejects her house like a refuse. Her sockets blown like a bad I see, hoping to get a refuse. Though she has no work, but beautiful things on the dining. I select to put a finished shoes flung on her. The hotness like a desert sand made her dancing better than on a free madness song, which has no instrumentals by Don Jazzy, nor a master DJ mixed by Jimmy. Since her cover sees her as a ground for Jimmy, no need for her to keep fit. Her body now a workout ground, throwing punches harder than Muhammad Ali. Her voice no more heard than her ally. A natural sunshade on her eyes from the adrenaline bank of a million feast, gnashing teeth. We used to get a divorce, but hear the voice saying, for better, for worse. Together, you ride on this curse. But this curse is a curse. I don't wish to carry it over anymore. I wish to withdraw. I wish to take my case to the Senate. I wish to be expelled from this school until my 5-year-old niece cried out, Daddy! Only out but back late. Mom never complains. All she ever wanted to was to obtain a husband that is never late. No RIP. Cause even on the hell you kept her, she makes heaven out of it. Breastfeeding with one hand, cooking with the other hand, knotting shoelaces with her teeth, opening the doors and windows of her heart to accommodate it all with one foot. On the field with her energy, working hard to feed her nation with the other feet. And here you are, Daddy. And here you are, destroying a creature that creates other creatures. Give mommy a sperm, she turns to children. Give her a house, she makes a palace. Give her a seed, she makes a fruit. Give her a man, she makes a king. So tell me, Dad, tell me, where is your own creation? Hansberry at age 14 invented Hansberry stitches for surgery. At 14, it became the world best surgeon. Mark Zuckerberg at 20 something created Facebook. Nelson Mandela at 50 something gave freedom. Here a caterpillar that destroys its own cocoon and eats up the butterfly. We are not the weaker vessels, Dad. You are, Daddy. You are the weaker vessels. Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Monique. That was beautiful, beautiful poetry. Um, I, I would love, Hero, would you want to comment on that before I go? Hello, are you there, Hero? Can you hear me? Sahavi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Vani, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear
So
you.
I was asking if you'd love to comment on Monique's performance.
I think it's beautiful coming from a male's perspective when he puts all of those words together to paint how amazing or blessed we are to have the women in our circle, which we oftentimes refer to as speaker vessels. So I see what he did there, even with his title. So I want to commend the work of art. So Vanik, you did really, really fantastic, especially playing with words in that particular piece. Great job, man.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Hero. Yeah, Monique, that was really beautiful. Like I think okay, this is life. So yeah, it's beautiful coming from the male perspective. When a woman talks about it, oftentimes it is underplayed and it is swept beneath the rug. So it's beautiful coming from a man. And thank you so much for deciding to be a voice for that subject. Up
Thank you.
next we have you're welcome. Up next we have Black Dovey. Up next we have Black Dovey. And Black Dovey is next and he's going to be I have to disclaimer, he may make you cry. I don't know, I'm not sure, but disclaimer, but if just in case you do cry, I promise to try to make you laugh afterwards.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm being heard clearly.
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, you
Go ahead.
are.
All right. So I'll be doing this piece, and it's titled "I Am Some." You know, personally, I've been going through some stuff. That was in September, and
Can you be
I
more
asked myself
audible?
a lot of questions.
Your voice is quite
Uh,
faint.
can you hear me now?
Yes, you're just speaking to your
Can you hear me now?
speaking microphone. Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
All right. All right. So I said I wrote this poem last month. That was September when I was going through some personal stuff, and I really asked myself a lot of questions. I questioned my faith. I questioned my work with God, and in the midst of all those, should I call it chaos or confusion, I found my answer, and it was in the presence of God. So I'll be doing this piece titled "I Am Some," and I pray as you listen to it, it blesses your soul. Amen. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. I think we've lost. I think we've lost Black Dovey. Black Dovey, are you here? Oops.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, okay. We lost you for a while. You're back. So please go ahead.
Okay. I think I should start afresh, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Please.
Dear God, this is not a poem. This is reality. Standing in front of this mic is some of us who find it hard to stand before you. We tend to hide the worries on our faces behind smiles and conceal them with makeup to make up for its gloom. We hide our cracked voices behind screams of glory, glory, glory. But deep down inside, you alone can see the deep black hole to our heart and soul. To some of us, we are seated here to fulfill all righteousness, to avoid being spammed with questions like, why weren't you in church on Sunday? To some of us, we are trying to hold ourselves together because we are broken pieces and we can't seem to get a picture perfect of ourselves. To some of us, our faith is hanging on a thin thread and we are fighting this good fight of faith so adversities doesn't swallow us whole. God, I am some, and this is not a poem. To some of us, our nights are filled with war cries as we bleed our hearts out in prayers. To some of us, we really have no one to talk to because we don't know who is two-faced and we can't face distrust when it hits us right in our faces. To some of us, we've given up, we've given in, and we've given in our all, yet we keep going around in circles. God, I am some, and this is not a poem. To some of us, to some of us, we are trying hard to believe that the Lord is good all the time isn't just some cliche that is spat from the lips and not from the heart. To some of us, we are trying to find our feet in you so we don't fall out of your will. To some of us, we've lost loved ones to the cold ends of death, and it seems a part of us left with them. And yet, when we lose another, we tend to lose another part of ourselves till we become walking dead. God, I am some, and this is not a poem. To some of us, so much of our lives have been out of control, so we get to play God. Some of us, we are beclouded by doubt that seem to bet impossibilities. To some of us, we walk to the end of the tunnel and there is no light. To some
Hmm.
of us, there's really nothing left to say. But God, we are yet to stay, asking that you speak to our hearts. We're here because we have no one else to turn to. We have nowhere else to go. So we ask that you draw near to us as we draw near to you. Teach our hearts to know that even when we fall 7 times, you are there to pick us up to the 8th time. Make us realize that you are more than enough for everything and for everyone we've lost. We might break down or give up, but we trust you to help us keep our focus. For even when we don't know what's behind us or what's laid ahead of us, we trust you to hold our hand, calling on to us to walk on the storms of life like Peter. And even when he tries to drown us, we will fly on eagle's wings. Teach us to number our days so that every moment spent with you counts. For there is no place we'd rather be than in your presence. And we will forever sing in your presence till we lose our voice and you get to speak through us. We will forever raise our hands in your presence till they become banners of your praise. We will forever bow in your presence till we lose our crown of self-worth and your glory gets revealed in us. We will forever chase your presence till we run out of breath and you breathe your life in us. You see, there's always a stirring in your presence, and we refuse to sit like the man at the pool of Bethsaida, waiting for one to push us in. But like blind Bartimaeus, we are reaching out to you today and every day of our lives, asking, Lord Jesus, help us, help me, for I am some, and this is not a poem, this is a prayer. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay, so that's it.
that's
Okay.
beautiful. Okay, I
Thank you so much, Love Day. You're right. That is not a poem. That is a prayer. And I felt everybody listening just praying along with you and saying amen with you. Because we can all relate to that. And it did bring tears to my eyes. I had warned whoever's watching that you could make them cry. I hope they were prepared for that. So while we're waiting for we don't want to cry too much. Let's have something to make us a bit lively. So let's listen to Beauty Lies by Nita Red.
They said beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Well, whoever said that is. They said beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Well, whoever said that is probably saying something different now because these days beauty lies in the brush of the makeup artist. Gone are the days when beauty was a maiden touched with the heart of an inhuman prince. She could make anger smile and cause hate to fall in love. She could balance the weight of pain on a dimpled smile, give joy a name, and laughter a voice. Beauty, the perfect miracle for beasts. Long before Mary Kay concealed Victoria's secret, it was perfectly normal to see beauty in the callous palms of Kokoma as she poured her soul into the soil, confessing love to Mother Earth. Every stroke of the hoe would make her lover come forth bearing fruits as supple as Kokoma. Long before Rihanna could work, Adama could make men stand at attention with just the right sway of her waist as she twisted each beaded layer of flesh to the bedew of applause coming from the village square. Long before hot slay queens learned how to catch attention like a cold, Ife knew how to keep her admirers drawn like the lines on her face. She had no Peruvian wigs, but she was a queen, and with a crown of cornrows on her head, she could turn boys into men. Long before contact and extensions, Halima made sunshades blush. She did not need lashes or mascara to confuse you with a stare, and if Instagram had not come too late, she would make video vixens lose followers and add some weight. You see, she did not need to use her body to keep you interested. Her mysterious dark eyes could make Bruno Mars catch a grenade for her. Let me tell you what beauty used to be. Beauty used to be a brown skinned girl with innocent wide eyes before the gospel, according to Bobrisky, turned her white. It's no wonder Black Beauty won on to go is now the real Snow White on Instagram. Beauty used to clap her hands and throw her head back in loud laughter without having to consult public opinion first. But that was before she learned that anything less than a sophisticated hand over the lips dinner table laugh was a confirmation that you could take the girl out of the village, but you couldn't take the village out of the girl. Couldn't take the village out of the girl. Beauty used to attend weddings dressed in nothing but a simple gown and a sweet smile until we made her feel there was something wrong with her. So now she cannot go across the street to buy matches without matching every item in her makeup box to every surface area of flesh on her face first. It was okay for her to look good in last year's Christmas dress without having to spend one kobo. But beauty now breaks the bank and is owing Lara, Brenda, and Solo because Saturdays are for one piece and she must never be caught on fresh. Beauty used to feel confident without having to show too much skin, but we sold her the fallacy that nakedness is the best fashion statement to make. And the more skin you show, the deeper you stain your popularity on the pages of paparazzi and the minds of the media. Beauty was comfortable in her flats and sandals until you told her that height made you somewhat superior. Now she lives with tired ankles and struts around on platforms that are higher than God's standards, not forgetting, of course, to stuff slippers into her handbag because even though she wants to please you, she can't come and go and kill herself. Beauty used to live in laughter. Her favorite movie was The Sunset, and she looked forward to taking a walk with the evening breeze, without caring if she wore Gucci or been down select. But these days, Beauty does not even remember the road that leads home. She now lives in Transcorp Hilton, and she has to wear Louis Vuitton, otherwise she will not see her. Ladies and gentlemen, I put it to you, Blaine. Beauty no longer lives in a smile. She has moved into a makeup box.
Okay. All right. So I know that's my work, but no matter how many times I watch that, because I don't know, I do not yet hate the ability to get over it. So, um, I hope you guys liked it. I don't know why. Black Dobby, why are you smiling with
No,
it?
like is an understatement. Nita, you know this. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad that you loved it. You're supposed to love it. I could not have gone through all of that stress for you to like it. So yes, you're on the right track. Thank you for loving it.
You're
Right.
welcome.
So we're about to have our next guest, our next artist, in the person of Zahari. And just before that is done, I would like to remind you guys to remember to write your poem in the comment section because we need to see your poem and we need to pick a winner. So write a five, no, a 7 to 10 line poem about passion in the comment section, right? And we'll see who wins. May the best poet with the best poem win. I'd love to invite Zahavi to come and bless us with his magic.
And everyone, it's a pleasure to be here and finally getting to share a poem after a while. So, listen, and I won't make
I
it.
don't know if it's just me, but your voice is faint. Please, I don't want to miss your. I don't want to miss all that magic. Please, could you come closer? Or
Is this better now?
yes, thank you, Mr. Thank you.
Is this better now?
You know what are you trying to do?
All right. So I have been told I have a tendency to love hard, but I'll try to love you gently. I'll wait for you to find yourself on days mirrors don't reflect familiar faces. I'll be peace, the kind you can rest your head upon knowing I'll still be here in the morning. And I'll be careful because I know the past has not treated you as well as our future will. And if I'm being honest, I always find myself trying to find myself. I struggle with insecurities every day, but I won't project this onto you. And I'm not confident every day. So I hope it means more to you when I confidently say I love you. And I won't make it your duty to teach me how to love myself. I only ask that you love me in the way that you do, and you do it honestly. Honestly. Peace.
Oshare, Oshare. See, let me just tell you guys for free. People that can sweet talk like this, that the worst heartbreakers. You take their word for it. You will eat breakfast you eat breakfast in the morning, eat breakfast in the afternoon, and eat breakfast for dinner.
And you still not be
Sabi, that was
satisfied.
I'm telling you, Sabi, that was heartbreakingly beautiful. Please. I mean, I'm the only female here now, and I was down smiling as if you were doing the poem for me. I beg. Ah. Well, I cover myself with the blood of Jesus. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Zahavi. That was really beautiful. So I will be going up next, and I would love to perform a poem for you guys. I wish I had told somebody to guess the title of the poem I want to perform. Well, unfortunately, now it's too late. So I'll just do it anyway. Whew. The title of this poem is Hope is a Superhero. Here goes. Hero profile, name, hope, gender, female, origin. Forged in the dungeon of dreamless darkness after the order of despair and defeat. Powers, superhuman vision, resurrection, endurance and stamina, inexhaustible durability and healing. Abilities, superhuman mental concentration, team synchronization, master tactician, indomitable will, multilingual. Weakness, inability to quit. What did you hear about superheroes? Hope is a 10-year-old's dream of emerging on international TV, even though a broken stammer and a crooked voice are her only cheerleaders. Never mind that her ABCs began at the XYZ of her teenage years, or that she is the least on her teacher's list of potentials. But like Wolverine, Hope has dug her tenacious claws into the unbroken ground of this 10-year-old's believing heart, and across the bat-blind disbelief in Gotham, she, spider spins a web of possibilities and doctors strange opportunities for this storm of a vision. Daddy is a small downtown clerk with an uptight, always late yet never enough paycheck. But his little girl's dreams are weightier than Hulk's fist, and it would be easier to break Thor's hammer than to erase the blood-stamped certainty enshrined in her temple of a soul. Despair is a one-eyed cyclops, eating out the hearts of the bravest of men, but hope aims like falcon at the blind spot of uncertainty and fear. She wanders every nervous strand of energy into an undefeatable team of avengers, exerting fury on the ultron of perfectionism. She captains America, Africa, and every heart on this voyage of destiny. Setting sail on the sea of impossibility, she charts a new course. A poor boy dares to befriend education in the dead of the night, with nothing but an oil lantern to witness their romance. He declares his intention to overthrow the drought of poverty and harnesses the wind to water the earth without sending an invitation to the rain. An imprisoned man sets his heart free, and from behind his prison walls, he assembles an army of freedom fighters whose voices outweigh the shackles of inequality. And 27 years later, 43 million souls throw off the chains of apartheid and walk into the light of freedom. A dying man dares to laugh in the face of cancer, ravishing his body. He knows that hope is an elixir that can heal his dying selves. So he looks into the eyes of a weeping wife and a dependent daughter and immerses himself in the constellation of stars and dreams in those eyes. And in that moment, time itself bows in respect to this man who decides that hope is worth fighting for. And 10 years later, cancer still wonders how it felt to hold his body to ransom. I'm not sure who your favorite superhero is, but if you ever have to choose from the Heroes Hall of Fame, pick Hope. Hope is a 10-year-old's dream of emerging on international TV. And here she is. All right, guys. Um, yeah, that's it. I trust that you enjoyed that.
Nita, when are you holding a poetry
Don't
class?
even do
Parenting
it.
mentorship class. I want to get.
Don't even do it.
How did you say that today again? Is it modest fox? I be fox honesty.
Fox modesty.
Fox modesty. Okay.
Okay, so I carefully listened to you talk about hope, and I had to remove myself from the fact that hero is my nickname and listen to you talk about hope as a superhero. Now, you were able to carefully paint instances when everything else seemed to fail, but just holding on to hope is enough to help you just step a little bit further, because life is basically kind of like you're trying to climb stairs, and sometimes you do not have a single reason to climb the next stairs, right? But when you have that hope, like hope is just what you said, hope that you're going to win that competition, hope that what you're working on is going to work out. I mean, there are all the possibilities in the world that it would not work out. There are all the possibilities in the world that everything is against it, but just hope that it would work out, hope that the right persons would hear, hope that the right things and places, everything will just come together to make it work out. So yeah, I never thought about Hope as a superhero, so I am adding it. Hope's a superhero. So thank you for
Thank
sharing that.
you.
That that was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you so much to have you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get over my emotionality. Thank you. Yeah. You know how they say that the best things come out from from adversity and all of that. Yeah, that point came at a breaking point. So yeah, hope is my superhero. Hope is all that has kept me and a lot of other people, including you guys, going on the dark days when there's nothing else. The hope that there's got to be something. It's just got to be something. It's just got to be sunshine after all this rain. Can't be night forever, you know. So yeah, hope is a superhero. Okay. Vanika, are you here? Are you there? Are you here? Please, somebody
Yes,
bring
yes,
back
you
my
on
vanilla
mute.
vanilla.
Yes, I'm
Let
here.
me
I'm
give me
here.
a nickname.
Okay, guys. So this is my vanilla vanilla. And I imposed the name on
Oh,
him. He didn't, I did not care. I did not ask me if he was okay with it. So he better be okay with it. This is a perfect example of chivalry at play. I'm not, I don't need his
mm,
permission to, you know.
mm,
So,
interesting. I accept the
so
flatter.
but you guys, though, I mean, Vanik is a funny man. And you know me, I know the hide mouth. If I see something, I will say it. I mean, like, here on this live show have dimples. But look at that now. See, they have no offense, black dog with no offense, but you guys don't have dimples.
I won't be surprised when you write a poem for Vanilla Vanic.
Oh my God.
Don't be
I
surprised
will
if I
sleep that
do.
day. My eyes will just be open, Black Jovi. I'll just be open for 24 hours. You know what it means?
Oh my God.
Or maybe I will just tell Kodrigi to just create a website and paste the poem for me.
I'll hack the website.
Vanilla Vanik would be the URL. It's all good.
Correct. So, up to you, Nathan. Now you're waiting for the poem.
I did not say I was going to write a poem for Vanilla Vanico. Vanilla Vanic, the floor is yours. Come and do your thing and go in peace. Don't come and put me inside trouble. Thank you.
Okay. The next is titled Love Rebirth. Actually, sometime 2 years back, I got I got to write this basically from a situation, and it has been a thought process for me too at the same time. So this is Love Rebirth. In the beginning, the heaven and the earth were all in a better company. With each business transactions beautifully, successfully, profiting all of us in harmony. The birds, the trees, the atom, the ocean, the moon, the stars, God called each by name and unitedly they sang praises to his holy name. But then God passed a notice. Who will fit into this vacancy? Who will take charge of my assets and records? Man never entered for the interview, but man, entered God's view from dust in his image and likeness. He gave him power over darkness, but just like the glass plates, man broke the records. When the simple instructions were neglected, he was married to sin with a horrible sin. But the first act for his own elimination. But God's love shoots deeper than the arrow. He's so deep, it's never shallow. He's so broad, it's never narrow. Out of the Holy Ghost came the birth of the super folk. Jesus Christ, my super boast. He revitalizes my energy, gives me credibilities. On the Pontius Pilate, he pleaded guilty of our felonies, of our agonies, down the hills of Gethsemane. His back was lashed but never lashed back. His back was clashed but never clashed back. Like a troop of armies retreating from war, my king surrendered to death, but then he took our injustice and gave us justice and never for once complained of injustice. As pure as just is, so my king died. But glory, yes. The earth was shaken, the clock was broken, our king has risen. Now you and I can rejoice and sing the victorious song because this is victory for us. So this is to those of you like me. to those on their maxis and their flip-flops, to those on their high heels and their minis, to those on their rags and their sacks, to those who have been written off the pages, to those who have been told that they've got no future. Listen. To him, Jesus, your future is history, and your history is now his story. So I repeat, when next Satan comes, you stand in confidence because God means confidence. You stand in confidence because he took the crown of thorns for you, not because he loved weightlifting. He carried the pains not because he loved it. He received the lashes not because he loved pains, but he did it all because he LOVEU me us. So when next Satan comes, you stand in confidence because God means confidence. You look him eyeballs to eyeballs and you tell him, you can take your best shot, devil, because this is love rebirth. Thank you.
Mm.
It's the way you deliver your prompts for me. Sometimes I'm torn between, I'm like, is this guy a spoken word artist? Abi, is he a rapper? What is this guy? Abi. But you know how the scripture says that he that is born of the spirit is like the wind. Can't predict you. Some days come at us as a rapper. Some days like a spoken word artist. And some days we don't even know where to place
Preacher
you.
mama, preacher
Nice
pastor.
one. Nice one, Oshe. Now I am preacher of mama. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was such a blessing, sir. Thank
Uh,
you. Okay, I really got lost in that. I love how you were able to encapsulate God's love in a poem. I love how you are braggadocious about it, unapologetic about it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Vanilla Vanilla. Please, nobody else is permitted to call him Vanilla Vanilla. You only heard it from me.
don't worry, I won't call him. I won't call him Vanilla Vanik. I'm not calling him Vanilla Vanik.
He's calling Vanik. His name is Vanik. Don't call him Vanilla Vanik. Okay.
Mini, minister, Minister Vanilla Vanik.
Papa Vanilla Vanik.
Uh-uh.
Black Doggy, as you're smiling, I hope you're settled because you're up next to be a blessing again to us. Come on, work some miracle.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this poem is titled "To the Girl Who Chats Me Up by 3 a.m." Yeah,
Mm.
so I think there was a time in my life that I was in love, and I had to break fast, and it didn't really pain me. It
Mm.
pained me to my bone and marrow, so
Mm.
had to write down
Proteinous
something.
breakfast.
And I've not performed this poem anywhere, so this will be my first
Please, so
time
sorry,
performing
sorry,
this
sir.
poem.
Sorry, sir. I, I overheard you say you have not performed this thing. Please come closer, sir. Come closer so I can hear you because me, I'm not hearing you.
Okay,
I want to hear this
can you
poem.
hear me
Don't
now?
cheat me on this. Thank you.
All right, so you can hear me clearly now. All right. To the girl who chats me up by 3 a.m. when her boyfriend blocks her. To the girl who sees me as a reliable customer service agent, a 24-hour mobile ATM who responds faster than 911 to the alerts of urgent 2K. To the girl who claims to know me more than her father, the one both in heaven and on earth, who saved my name as black gold. Black because it's the color of my skin, and gold because it's the color of my pocket. One who thinks he wouldn't mind if she mines her way through my account till it develops a lift hole. To the girl who is not a fan of true love, but is ready to coach me to be the substitute for the player who played her and left without showing any cards. The player who got all the shots in between her leg and still gave their love game a foul play. To the girl who confesses that I'm the answer to her prayer point. The man with the long thing that can quench and satisfy her hunger and well of thirst for lust. One who preaches that I'm a savior with a heart of Judas. One who calls me angel, but yet breeds demonic thoughts of betrayal if she finds another fish with a gold coin in his mouth. To the girl who tells me I'm the screensaver of her phone, while the wallpaper of her heart reveals her ex, and the memories in her gallery are flooded with old pictures that smells of dusty promises, strained smiles, and echoes of shallow laughter. To that girl, I pray that the frame of your heart loses balance. And even if you see the passport of the man of your dreams, I pray that it will never be the picture perfect of forever. To that girl who chats me up at 3 a.m., I pray you never find sleep. And even if you do, may it be tormenting as the three words you told me by 3 a.m. The words, I love you. To the girl who chats me up by 3 a.m., thunder fire you and your friends. Thank you.
Dear Lord Jesus. Nate, I know you're the host for this, but please permit me. Man, Black Dove, girl really served you breakfast with proteins. Man, it was quite nutritious. Even
I
to
don't
the point
understand
where you
what,
had to,
like,
as in, he does not want the girl to even have the passport of the future boyfriend save to forever land. You deny the girl visa. That's not fair. But it was a great piece. I loved it. But this breakfast at 3 a.m. Oh god. It's more like you entering into a trance. I hope you saw angels, not
Man.
demons.
Oh man,
I just have
that
one
moment
question
was
for
something
you,
else.
Black people. Just one question for you. What were you doing at
Okay,
3
okay,
a.m.
I'm
replying
listening.
to a message of a strange man?
Please ask him.
Uh, I mean, I'm a night person. I work mostly at night, so my
Could have
data is
been a
always on.
Toby could have been a customer, right?
You are not nice, my brother. If- even me, I was deceived. You are not nice. I thought you were. But you actually ended a poem with thunder fire you. You are not nice.
But I knew where he learned that thunder fire you from. At least somebody here did it. So I will not mention names. Let it not be like I'm not nice. But I'll give the person her
Okay,
flowers.
okay. Now you said our flowers. There's only one eye here.
Yeah, the person mentioning
Well,
how
I did not mention name. Oh, I just
but the truth remains that see, your gender has always been our problem in this life. When the person who said the thunder fire you, the other person that I don't know about you, when the other person said the thunder fire you, but she was not referring to a guy, but you came prepared. Small knife fight, you have brought AK-47, you have brought tanks. Small fist fight, oh, small fist fight. It's okay, it's fine, no problem.
mm,
It's always the gender that betrayed Jesus. All right, guys. So now we're going to I've not commented on that, but Black Dude, that was powerful. I don't know who broke your heart, but trust me, she has gotten the message. She has gotten the message. There's no other way
true.
to. She has gotten the message, and yes, the color of fires her. I hope we find her remains. I hope she'll not rest in peace. I don't know, but she has gotten the message. Thank you so much. Um, But it's the way Sahab is looking at me. So right now, we're going to listen to we're going to listen to a very interesting poem of my EP, Maverick, and the title is If You Ask Me. A brief background to If You Ask Me. If You Ask Me is about societal stereotypes. I am a maverick artist. I hate stereotypes. And I will always call them out. God has blessed me with a mouth and a voice. And I promise to this day to use it to the day I breathe my last. So, yes, the floor is open. Let's listen to If You Ask Me by Nature Rare.
If it's right that in a relationship, the man, if you ask me, if it's right that in a relationship, the man brings money and the woman brings her body, I would say it takes two to spin both. And who made this stupid rule anyway? If you ask me why I don't like to cook, because girls are supposed to cook, not guys, I would say you lack basic understanding of English. Sweetheart, it's cooking, not cooking. Don't stress me. Of the belief that Nigerians are corrupt, I will beg you to take a walk with me down the corridors of our childhood. Remember when you dipped your hand into your mother's pot and something disappeared from it? Did she clap for you and encourage you, or did she leave some marks to remind you that stealing is wrong? Remember when you broke a plate and your father asked who did it? Did you get a pat on the back when you lied, or did you receive a lash lesson that lectured the lying spirit off your little tongue? If memory serves us right, we were raised by Nigerian mothers and fathers. Hence the question, if stealing is wrong at home level, lying unacceptable, and fornication the abomination your father would disown you for, then why do we have adults who roam the streets and fill the offices with robbery, deception, and corruption? Isn't family the basic unit of society and the primary orientation camp for every child who becomes an adult? We were raised to be responsible, honest, accountable. But the system survives on lies, feeds on bribery, and grows with greed. So if you ask me, I would say Nigerians are not corrupt. Fix the system and our home training will show up. If you ask me, the girls are supposed to remain virgins till marriage. I'll believe you have a serious need to be scheduled for a brain surgery because, guy, virginity is a state and not a gender. And it's your business what you do with yours, really. If you ask me if it's wrong for men to cry, I'll ask you if tears cost a dime or maybe we need Dangote's bank statement to afford emotional release. I'll ask you if the male gender was created with dysfunctional tear glands. If you ask me if women should be considered as weaker vessels, first, I would like to know what stuff this vessel carries. If this vessel can contain chapters of change, episodes of evolution, feces of process documented from crush convos to daddy dramas, girlfriend gangs to wife warfares, corporate calendars to dinner dances, all the way to number 9 Months Avenue, labor leaves, maternal ministry, back to square root of society's silly standards and endless expectations, I would not be so sure if weak is a metaphor for latent energy. If you ask me, if it's okay to collect or give people stuff with the left hand, I would ask you if the right hand increases the size of respect. Excuse yourself, I beg, the left is also a hand. If you ask me what I think of pastors' kids, I would say people expect too much from a bundle of bones and fragile flesh. It's like expecting a fine girl to not go to the toilet because she looks too perfect to cook. If you ask me what I think of Igbos, do they have an unhealthy love of money? I would ask you if poverty is the SI unit of measurement for a healthy relationship with money. By the way, I love money. You have no idea how much, and I'm not even interested. If you ask me if Akwa Ibom girls make good house helps, Thunder will fire you. Alongside the nonsense Nigerian movies that encourage a kiting into roles of servitude and suffering, what is with you guys and suffering anyway? If you ask me if it's true that Yorubas gossip like gingerbread and pepper soup, first, that is a deliciously toxic combo. Don't ever try it. And no, gossip is not another tribal heritage. It is a human character dent that can be fixed with due discipline. If you ask me if houses are generally unreasonable and quarrelsome, I would say bad news travels faster than good, and the few cannot speak for everyone. If you ask me why I wrote this piece, I'll simply say I could find nothing else to write, except that I'm experiencing an alarming stereotype fatigue, and listening to one song on repeat for too long sort of makes it boring. And boring is a great excuse to write a piece like this. You're welcome. If,
Okay. Um, I'm gonna be the first to talk about this, right? This is the thing about boxes. I have a problem with boxes because I first gave myself one permission, and that thing was that everybody that has passed through this path, this journey, anyone that has passed through the Milky Way, Earth, did that just once, right? And if everyone did that just once, how then does one person know enough to decide the rightness or wrongness of another mind? Right?
Mm.
And thank you so much that you mentioned the left and the right thing, because I am one person that I scream at anyone that tells someone, yeah, you can't do that with your left hand, you can't do that with your right hand. No, who made the rules? So
Right?
growing up basically killed our creativity, killed our essence, killed everything we actually adored as kids. Because when you were a kid, you just felt like standing up to walk. You tried, no matter how many times you fell, you tried walking, right? You felt like touching fire, you did it yourself, right? And all of those. And these are the things that led us to, and a couple of persons, into discovering a lot of things. So when we're not boxing people with rules, stereotypes, and all, it's a problem. Number two is some things are just clearly character problems. Yes, I'm not Yoruba, I'm not Igbo, but I love money, right? I don't have to be any of those who love money. I love business. And I am whatever I am. It means as human, I can have any of these characteristics, right? So I'm just human. Can you all just let me be human? Ah, thank you so much, Nitari. That was audacity. That was you questioning the system, questioning the status quo, and you just telling us that, yeah, it's okay to exist and just be you without the rules and the boxes. Thank you so much. That was a great piece.
Thank you, Sahabi.
I mean, Hero has said, it's difficult to find people who question the system, and sometimes when you begin questioning the system or the the boxes they have created and thought that is a pathway, the right way for us to follow, they begin telling you that you're abnormal. But to me, I believe that abnormality is a normality for some of us. Abnormality is the new
Mm.
normal. So it's not wrong for us to think that way, because there is a certain kind of thing it does to us. It burdens our mind. It makes us, sometimes we are being told that we cannot ask our parents on certain questions. I mean, they will tell, okay, for example, while growing up, they tell you don't have to sweep when it's 12 a.m. I mean, why? They say ghosts will come and do this or do that. So such things, why? Where would the ghost come from? Even that's the minimum I can think of now. But let's take it back to our homes, even in our political system today. You can see what is actually happening, where you see that this is black, and you are vividly telling us that it is blue, providing your evidences that I don't know where it came from. But when these things are questioned with the right mind and in the right way, I believe it to do a whole lot of door opening and a lot of creativity, like Hero said, for everybody and to everybody. And it will help those that are also growing up to think in a certain way and not be limited to their thoughts. This will help in killing low self-esteem. Thank you. But thunder fire whoever created that system.
Hey, I don't want to be poetic, but I don't want to be poetic, but thank
Mr.
you so
Red,
much. So,
if you ask me, who I go ask? That's all I can say. See, should I say I am both left-handed and right-handed, and I
yes.
remember when I was young, my dad spanked me when I tried collecting something from him with my left hand, and I don't know, I can't forget that day till date. And I don't know why he saw me in a different light. I used to write with my left hand before, and he stopped me from writing with my left hand and made me start writing with my right hand. But the truth is, this thing is inborn. I'm left-handed. I use my left hand to brush. I use my left hand to cut. I use my left hand to do a major lot of things. I use my left hand to drum. So I really don't. I think one guy, Divine, wrote something about exactly what you just said. This people see people that are left-handed. They see them in a different light, and I really don't know. I'm someone that I told myself, if my daughter is left-handed, I will go all out to support her and ensure that she becomes perfect in that light, in that part. So thank you for putting this out. This is like an encouragement to a lot of persons out there. Like I said, if you ask me, who I go ask?
Thank you. Oh wow, it's the way you guys are helping my poems for me. Now I'm the person who wrote them is now like inside this small poem that I wrote. So all these moral lessons are coming from this thing I sat down to write. Thank you.
Don't forget, when you laugh too much, your cheek pains you. So
Right, that's true. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh,
Thank you
Vanilla
for looking after
Banik.
your
You are
sister.
the only one that can remember this.
only I.
That's why you're Vanilla
Okay.
Vanik now. So happy to not remember Black David now.
I got you.
Thank you.
I'm not a blind. I'm a-
Oh good.
Okay, 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 guys. Right now, okay, hold on. I need to recover. I've been laughing a lot. See, too, my cheeks don't depend me. Need to wait. Whew. Okay, all right. So the next poem I would love to perform for you guys is titled "The Master." So the creator is about God, and it's gonna really, really. I think it's gonna bless you. So, but before it blesses you, you will bless me first because that's how it works. Come to me first, then people can now have the leftovers. So here goes. With nothing but alphabets and syllables, he called something out of nothing and named it light. In a brilliant display of aerobics, he stretched those infinite muscles over the faceless deep and gave it a form. With no magic wand in hand, he bent the force of light. I'm sorry guys, I'm getting this feedback. I need to just give me a second, let me mute everybody. And I'll begin all over again. Alright, so let's go. With nothing but alphabets and syllables, he called something out of nothing and named it light. In a brilliant display of aerobics, he stretched those infinite muscles over the faceless deep and gave it a form. With no magic wand in hand, he bends the force of light and divorced it from darkness forever. Avatar's got nothing on him. He gave the day a name before good morning was ever spoken, and he called the night good before we named it evil. Everything is his, even the eyes you use, all rights reserved to him. So when God tells you move and you park a line of excuses in his driveway, he says, man, you are just clay. I determine the form, the shape, the way I am geography. I used the stick to practice chromatography with the Red Sea. I made an excellent orator out of a stammerer. So how dare you tell me there's no way it can be done? What do you know? I came to give you life, but you would rather listen to the doctor's diagnosis than believe the great physician's reports. What do you know about medicine? You only borrow from the textbooks I have lent you from my library of infinite wisdom. So, what arrogance that you claim all you know is all there is? I see you, man. You try to measure my movements and calculate my courses with the instrument of time. I see you try to fit eternity into your little spaceship called life because you have forgotten that I am the sower who planted eternity in your heart. For Einstein saw me when he propounded relativity. I don't bluff when I say you've got nothing to fear. That's why even when others run, you will stroll through the valley of the shadows because you have got the I am as a shepherd, you shall have no need for speed. So when I say I will give you double for your troubles, it is not another Sunday school cliche. I intend to blow your mind without leaving a scar. I am the chief contractor, chief cornerstone. You can tag my works, built to last. Ignore me, and your walls will crumble into shattered nothingness. I am the space between the promise and fulfillment. Abraham was my friend. He could tell you I never lie. I am the Alpha and Omega, and still you will find me in between. When there is a downturn, I serve as elevation. When planting season's gone, that's when I say so, because the earth listens only to the voice of the one who formed it. And it is I who calls for doors where there are no entry points. I pull out water from ancient rocks. I turn the skies like a curtain and I suspend the atmosphere with windows that no one can see but me. Seed, time, harvest is my responsibility. So why would you have barrenness in your dictionary? I manufacture miracles and symbol answers on a line. And just because you haven't heard from me doesn't mean the line is dead. I am still working. I created alphabets, but I am too indescribable to be described by them. I authored the book called Words, yet no number of pages can give full account of me. I write with an ink that never blots, so you can bet on my promises. Time cannot wear out my words, they stand even surer than the heavens in which I dwell. Travel back in time to Babel, and you will see that I am the mastermind of languages. So every tongue proclaims that our ways are amazed to those who don't know me, but to any who seek me from the nucleus of their heart, I am a light showing them the pathway to my throne room. Man, I am the backbone of trust, the lighthouse for your destiny. Without me, your hope will dash into the rocks of uncertainty. So quit trying to put me in a box. I am both the giver and the gift. And I have a plan for you. And that plan is everything good, but not without bad turns. Because in my plan, bad turns are a detour to better things. With love and power, the master will. Whew.
Amen. Can we share the grace now?
We'll share the grace. Let's finish first. We should start share the grace. Wait.
Whoa.
So God is one big factor, element, entity, word, universe, and a lot of things that cannot actually be boxed, not even by 8 million religions in the world, right? All trying to, find their way to Him, however they're trying to do that. And you were able to paint this God, this universe in your poem in such a way that we can see several characteristics of God. And that line, He is both the gift and the giver, is
Giver.
it's just mind blowing. Thank you so much for sharing this. That's just all I'd say about it.
Thank God.
You know, the
Thank you.
piece reminds me of something. There was, if you have noticed about the trend that most poets use these days, that says God is a poet. I don't know if you've heard about it. That trend, that particular sentence or phrase, I started Bliss Bassi, that's big poet, some time ago because we were thinking about it and naturally said that God is a poet. So I started a piece halfway. I said, God is a poet. When he said, "Let there be," and it became. The first punchline that punched us lines out of this boxing ring called Earth into his kingdom glorious. So I kind of stopped there. But all I'm trying to say is that you encapsulated everything like Hero said, and at the same time, you're acknowledging that he is the one who made us and he made us, yet he was not made, but the making and the made are still in him. Like he's quite explicit, and everything composite is found in him. Lalu.
Thank you. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you so much.
Nitare,
So,
if God is the master weaver, mm,
I know that they'll.
I don't know.
What are you about to do? I'm not even
Ah,
also.
no, no, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Ah, the way you weave words. Ah, when the Bible says we are made in His image and in His likeness,
Yeah.
there's actually no doubt. When God weave words, that was how this world came about. And the way you weave your words,
I know he was actually
Ntare,
coming for you.
please, should I say lay your hands on me, or should I say put your wig on me?
I
Which
will
one? Which
do.
one? Which
I
one will
will
you
do
prefer?
Weak.
neither.
Ntare, that's powerful.
Thank you.
The way you weave words, and you make it soothing. It's like a balm, a soothing balm that just rests on your heart, and at that moment you are just calm. More see, there are some things that you really don't know how to say it. Me, I don't have the words to weave. I don't know how to weave these words that I'm about to say. But that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, God is really fast, right? He's in us to talk about all that God is to talk for eternity. You cannot exhaust the possibilities of an infinite creation or an infinite creator. And it's a privilege to have come from that source. And yeah, so we try to capture eternity in time sometimes, but we still fall short, but we try. Thank you so much, guys. So we're about to call this a wrap, but oh, are we? Are we? Are we? Are we? So you know why I'm smiling now? Please, the person I'm about to call up next, if you make me emotional, I will ban you from the poetry community. I will personally make it my responsibility to talk to every poetry community within and outside the state to make sure that you are banned because you are not the reading
Please,
prophet.
oh, it's like
No,
a prodigal son still trying to come back. Please, let
don't be. I listen. I mean, it's forgivable what Black David did. Black David came and told somebody that they're trying to fire you, but no problem. It's fine. You understand. Well, all right, guys, give it up for Zahavi.
All right. So this particular one was me trying to put experiences, life, things, people. You can't really box them. So this was me trying to put it together, and it's just what it is. So let's go right into it. Nitari, I feel like you should try to mute a few other persons because I have this feedback loop.
Okay, all right.
Okay. How long do you think you would live? How big do you think the universe is? Would you want to rule the world alone or you would want someone to help you? Do you think you'd survive the apocalypse? Hello, human. These are just questions. You see, there will come a time when love arrives as a shooting star, striking through your chest as you topple over and fall to the floor, giggling and laughing with tears forming at the corners of your eyes as stardust fills your lungs. And when that time comes, you would know. Look, human, it tastes good only because you make it. Fear, tragedy, hope, inevitability, knowing it will be over soon. The first time you see someone, the last time you see someone, the space in between, finite, the idea of a person in your mind, forever, always. Only
I think we lost a happy. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? You guys are there, right?
Yes, we are here. Well, I can't hear Hero.
Yeah, 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 I'm here.
Okay, so I think we lost a happy briefly. I think you'll be back shortly. Let me notify him. Mm. Okay, he's back. Welcome back.
oh God, I'm sorry. For
Welcome
some
back to the future.
I was thank you. I was disconnected. So I'll just go over it.
All right,
How long
please.
do you think you would live? How big do you think the universe is? Would you want to rule the world alone or you would want someone to help you? You see, there will come a time when love arrives as a shooting star, striking through your chest as you topple to the ground and you fall to the floor, giggling and laughing with tears forming at the corners of your eyes and stardust filling your lungs. And when that time comes, you would know. You see, it tastes good only because you make it. Fear, tragedy, hope, inevitability, knowing it will be over soon. The first time you see someone, the last time you see someone, the space in between, finite, always, the idea of a person in your mind, forever, always, only sometimes on the surface, often at the back of it, forgotten for some time, sometimes thought about for one last time. Tragedy, the last time you think about someone, far away, something you haven't told anyone, saying it, feeling like it's okay, knowing it is okay, or knowing it's okay not to be okay. Breathing from the back of your mind, a place you usually don't go, at least not much. Memories, places you don't visit much. Crying, laughing, laughing to avoid crying, holding a box of tissues, tears, fear, hope, gratitude, thrill, empathy, thinking about what to say, not thinking about what to say, hope, trust, not having to think about what to say, knowing what it means to connect with someone, gifts, blessing, miracle, a gift nobody can take away from you, information, experience, beauty, disappearing, but having to exist in the first place for it to actually get to disappear, wonderful, disappearing, but having to have existed in the first place in order to disappear. Wonderful. Crying, tears, knowing what is going to happen in the future, not knowing what is going to happen in the future, knowing what you want, knowing you, knowing what is best, knowing experiences, knowing memories, knowing people, knowing closeness, knowing warmth, knowing fear, knowing freedom, knowing beauty, knowing empathy, knowing freedom from yourself, knowing miracles, knowing someone, knowing tragedy, knowing hope, knowing gratitude, knowing thrills, knowing the spaces in between, knowing you. How big do you think the world is? Would you want to rule the world alone, or you would need someone to help you? Peace. Hello.
Okay.
I always thought I was frozen.
Okay.
Mm.
Am I the only one who felt like this? Who felt like Zahabi went traveled to another life or another dimension? Because it sounded like
You know,
this is the future, past, and present all at the same time. Can you guys relate?
yeah, he always welcome back to the future. So I believe he's
Oh,
he's traveled in the future and he's back. But let me just comment on this. Something happened to me a while ago. That is September 13th. But I'm not ready to share it. When I'm ready, I believe I'll do it in a certain way. And I realized that a whole lot of people need help, but yet they find it difficult to speak out, maybe because of some certain status quo they have attained, or because of how society will react towards them, saying, do you know you're this, you're not supposed to. But at the long run, it's more like a comedian making people happy, but he's very sad inside, and yet he does not know who to tell, or he cannot speak out that he's not even happy. He's making people happy and everybody's laughing. He does not know who to tell or how to tell people that he's not happy, that he needs help. So in this piece I just figure that we at some point we need help, but at some point we don't know how to speak up. So it's necessary to sometimes speak up because we need help. That is it. That's what I got from it, especially the ending line. Thank you.
thank you, Vanilla Vanilla. So I also want to also want to add that nobody knows it all, and I even got a point from that woman just said now, Vanilla. I won't share it. So just like you won't share your story with your ring. Me, I won't share it until I'm ready. So I write the poem first. I won't say it until I'm ready. So thank you so much for having me. That was it felt like this time travel movie. I think it would even make a great opening. One of these time travel movies. I'm seeing a father who left long, long, long ago when his daughter was like a baby, and then she's all grown up and she's still lost in space or still wandering somewhere in space. And he has not aged, but because she's in time, she's aging.
Mm,
Let me calm down.
that's
Let
mad.
me calm down. There's a
That's
whole
mad.
movie playing in my head from that point that I have to just perform, but let me calm down. All right, guys. So I really, really had fun doing this. Sincerely, I really had fun doing this. And I don't think we have any I don't think we have anything left. This is where we say au revoir.
Oh,
And we say
wow.
thank you for coming to the show. And we say that we hope that you enjoyed having us. And maybe we will do this another time if you like that. Thank you, for coming on the show. It was so beautiful to have you. Thank you, Vanik, for making our time to be here.
Yes.
I recognize that this is sacrifice, and I beg it's not that deep. It's a sacrifice. But Sha, you said you enjoyed the sacrifice. Thank you so much, gratitude. You guys, I need to go. You know, I'm the only lady here. Before this phone gather beat me up. I have said so many things that I cannot defend. I beg. Make I can't go. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. Let's do this again.
Sure. Thank you, Black
Yes, sure.
Toby. Thank you. Thank you for this. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.